You know that feeling, right? That moment of pure parental frustration when you give a simple instruction and it just vanishes into thin air. Well, today's explainer dives into a story that starts right there with that exact feeling. But where it ends up is somewhere completely different and pretty profound.
So, let's set the scene. It's one of those chaotic mornings, you know the kind, when you're just trying to get out the door. The whole story really kicks off with three simple instructions and one very, very random spoon. It just perfectly captures that moment where you feel like you're talking to a brick wall.
You can almost hear the parent, can't you? It's that rapid fire list. Bam, bam, bam. Get these things done so we can go. It sounds so clear, so direct. Three things. That's it. And look, on paper, this makes perfect sense. It's a totally normal, multi-step command. We give them and get them all the time. It's just a simple sequence of events. What could possibly go wrong? And then there's this. The moment of total breakdown between the command and the reality. Not one of the three things got done. Instead, we have a spoon. You can just feel the parent's brain short-circuiting. A spoon? Where did a spoon even come from? This is the question, right? This is what's running through your mind in that moment. Is this a choice? Is she deliberately ignoring me? Is she just so distracted that nothing gets through? Your first instinct is probably to think it's a behavior thing. But what if it's not?
And here we go. This is the pivot. This is the moment the story shifts from just being about frustration to being about getting a real, actual answer. Everything is about to change.
And this slide just lays it all out. The jump is huge. You go from the emotional assumption, she was ignoring me, which is all about her intent, her choice, to a neurological fact. It's short-term memory impairment. This one little piece of information changes everything. It's not a battle of wills anymore. It's about how her brain is wired.
So what does that actually mean? It doesn't mean she didn't hear the instructions. She probably heard all of them. But think of her brain like a computer with almost no RAM. When the first instruction came in, brush your teeth, it was there. But then pack your bag came in and kind of pushed it out. And by the time put on your shoes arrived, the first two were just gone. The only thing left to focus on was something new and simple right in front of her, like a spoon.
And this gives the why a name. The source material for this story connects this kind of short-term memory challenge to fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, or FASD. Suddenly, this isn't just a random, frustrating behavior, it's a known symptom of an underlying condition. Okay, so you have this diagnosis, this new understanding. Now what? Well, the answer isn't to try and fix the child's brain. The answer is to change your own approach. It's about adapting to the reality of the situation with a whole new set of tools. And these new tools are brilliant because they're so practical. Instead of that three-part command that just overloads her system, you give one. Time to brush your teeth. Wait till it's done, then give the next one. You can use pictures, a little chart with a toothbrush, a backpack, a shoe, as visual cues to help her out. And over time, you build these simple routines so they become automatic. And you can see exactly why this works. One instruction at a time, that lowers the brain's workload, the cognitive load. Those visual charts, they're like an external hard drive for her memory. And the routines, they build predictability, which makes the world feel safer and easier to navigate. What you're really doing is paving a path for her to actually succeed.
In all of this, the diagnosis, the new tools, it all leads to the most important part of this whole story. It's a fundamental shift in how the parent sees their child. It's about finally understanding her intention.
Just let that sink in for a second. Her brain can't multitask, but she still wants to do well. The desire to cooperate, to please, to get it right, that was never the problem. That was there the whole time. The breakdown wasn't in her motivation, it was in her processing. And this really says it all, doesn't it? This hashtag captures the entire lesson in 3 words. It's a powerful little mantra. Before you accuse someone of being difficult or defiant, ask yourself, is there a way I can adapt my approach instead? And that's really the big question we're left with. A story that started with a spoon ends up here. Think about it. In our own lives, at work, at home, with strangers, how often do we just judge the action we see? without ever stopping to wonder about the invisible why behind it. It's a pretty powerful idea to take with you. Thanks for joining the Explainer.